Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server, and today we are starting things off with these three beautiful things. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. Okay, I mentioned it at the end of the previous episode of Hermitcraft. If you didn't watch to the end of that episode, well, this one was built great. It went well. Absolutely fantastic. Great job, Ollie. You did a fine job there. This one was built one block too close and one block too low. This one over here was built one block too high. So that means that all of them technically don't match each other, which means that even though this is the correct one, it's still sort of incorrect because it doesn't match with the other ones, and also it's a little bit too big, isn't it? I mean, these circles, they're absolutely massive. So to start things off in today's episode, we are going to be dismantling all of the hard work that we put in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, and we are going to basically redo it. It pains me so much to say that, it really does, because these things took absolutely ages. Well, they didn't take too long, but to gather the resources for them and just do all that sort of thing, it did take a while. And obviously building circles in Minecraft takes a long time. You have to remember the sequences and things like that. You have to be really precise, and I die a bunch. So yeah, I'm a little bit cheesed off that I managed to get those things wrong, but I guess first things first, let's dismantle them. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that one in a third-person time-lapse. So guys, in today's time-lapse chat is going to be a very fast one, and I'm going to be talking about something that I've been speaking about a bunch recently, but it's very much on my mind because it's approaching very, very quickly due to something happening that I don't fully understand, and I'm a little bit worried right now, because generally speaking on YouTube, I gain about maybe 1,500 subscribers a day. Okay, that's what I can generally expect to gain on YouTube any given day. It's usually about 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so generally I would say I will gain 1,000 subscribers a day, which is insane. That's a huge number of people. It is absolutely crazy. Now, currently at the time of recording, or this morning, I was at 984,717 subscribers, which meant that I had about 16 days until I hit 1 million subscribers. However, something has happened. And I think it might be a problem with YouTube, because a lot of YouTubers are experiencing this, but we are getting very inflated growth figures, and they're all real YouTubers. Like, people have turned on their email notifications, and they're all real subscriptions, they're all real people subscribing. But I'll read through the past couple hours, okay? So, at noon, I got 189 subscribers, not bad. At 1, I got 248. At 2, I got 331. At 3 PM, I got 650. At 4 PM, I got 121. 5 PM, I got 470. 6 PM, I got 466. 7 PM, 512. 8 PM, 574. It keeps going up and up. Today, so far, I've gained 3,500 subscribers, and it's only 1 in the afternoon. I don't know what to say, guys. We're absolutely flying right now. And that means that we're only 12,000 subscribers away from 1 million, and it seems to be approaching very, very quickly. And by the time this video releases, there's a chance that I will have hit 1 million subscribers, and I won't have been prepared for it particularly very well, because of course it's come considerably faster than it ever would have done. So if that has happened, I do apologise for the slightly lax specials, because I haven't had very long time to prepare for them. But I just want to say once again, if it has happened, a massive thank you. If it hasn't happened yet, I'm very excited to hit 1 million subscribers. The specials are still going to be good. But anyway, let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server, because we've got some building to do. So guys, I welcome you back to the Mumbo Jumbo Airborne Base. And as you can see, a couple hours of hard work have been wiped out. We have just completely wiped them out. Yes, they are now gone. So, we have no longer got the circles out on the outside, which is probably a good thing, to be honest with you, because I've sort of come up with a new way of doing things, which means that those circles were way too big, and they were way too big. I was humming and hawing about that for ages, and I think in my head, I was like, they're too big, but I've just spent a bunch of time building them, so I'm just going to make it work. At least now we have a blank canvas to work from, and I think I'm going to do a circle that's a similar size to this one in the center here. So the outer circle has got a diameter of 53 blocks, so it's got 53 blocks all the way across here. The inner one, I think, has got a diameter of 41 blocks, which is quite small. It is relatively small. It's a relatively small circle, but I'm thinking, you know, in terms of what modules we're going to be having, because of course I discussed this in the previous episode, each one of these circles is going to be like a different module. Now the two outer ones are going to be farming modules, the one out the back is going to be a storage system module, and to be honest with you, if we look at this right here, this is going to be the size of the circle, and we're not going to have a walkway going around like that. So it's just going to be this circle right here. I definitely think we could fit a full sorting system inside there, because obviously if we have our walkway the same size as this thing right here, then we have our chests out here, then we have our hoppers and redstone, that will only really come out to here, and that is definitely a big enough sorting system for me. For sure, like that's definitely a large enough sorting system for me. So I would say this right here is a good size circle to have, and that is what we're going to be constructing. So that is right, we are just going to be building the circles once again. This time though, I'm going to be extra careful and try my best to do them correctly, and they're also going to be slightly smaller, which should hopefully mean they take a tiny bit less time to build. 43 blocks is going to be the diameter, so let's get started. Now I've decided to go for a diameter of 45 blocks because they're going to be blocks on the inside of this circle as well. So we're still going to have our hardened clay, and that is going to be red hardened clay on the inside. Then we're going to have our sandstone, and then on the outside we're going to have sandstone and birch. So that's how that's going to work. Now, the way that this sequence works is it's 4 blocks, 5 blocks, 3 blocks, 3 blocks, 7 twos, 3 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. I think. No, I got that slightly wrong, but that's pretty much it. So that's what I'm working on here. That's 5. And then this one is 3. This one has to be 3. And then it's our 7 twos. This is essentially how you build circles in Minecraft, by the way, in case you're wondering. This is how I go about doing it. So I'm going to continue building this one, and I'll catch you guys once it's done. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Okay, so this circle has gone to plan. It has actually gone to plan for once. And first off, yes, that is a good size. I feel like this isn't as massive as the ones that we had before. Do you remember the ones that we had in the previous episode? They were absolutely enormous. Completely ridiculous and huge. I actually think I'm going to check it out on the second account because, of course, you know, this perspective right here can be a little bit deceptive, but I have good feelings about this. Okay, so I've spawned in looking at False Symmetry's base. We're about to do a spin around, and my base hasn't loaded. It's because it's over there. And what? Oh, scared the pants off of me, I have to say. But there we go. So that looks considerably better. It doesn't look like the outer edges are actually dwarfing the base. This is a really, really good size for these things. Cool, I'm chuffed. I'm absolutely chuffed. Right, this base is going to look awesome. I can just feel it in my bones. And you know what? With the size of these circles, we could have like another one out in between these two. That's another project for another day. Or we could have like a connecting ring that sort of runs out the side of this circle right here and sort of runs round at a massive radius all the way around into that circle. Wow, that would be good as well. We're going to get on to that sort of thing. I think first things first, we actually have to complete building the circles. So now I've got to do this one, then of course that one and that one. But for now, I'm going to work on this one. Hey, False Symmetry, I could see you down there. I was sort of looking over and I was like, what on earth is going on there? That's quite close as well. I think I'm just out of range though. Don't think she's quite going to be able to make it. I, however, definitely can. That was... Get out of my town. Well, I guess this is sort of her town, actually. She could definitely make use of her ghast up there if she really wanted to. But I'm glad she's not. Circle number 2 is almost in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then hopefully it should just be 4 blocks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, it always feels so good when you can place it in those final blocks there and it actually all fits together. So once again, I guess this is going to be like the daily routine, I guess you could say, of finish the circle, then look at it on the second account. And I can confirm that it has just started raining and the circle looks good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So much better than the original circles that we had. They were ridiculously big. There was no need for them to be that large. This base is actually looking sort of proportional now, and that's definitely a good thing. In fact, let's see what it looks like from down by the RV. Let's quickly fly down here. I apologise that it's a little bit grey in the skies, but that still looks space age, and it doesn't look ridiculous like it did before. It's not too big. I'm so chuffed with this. I'm almost glad I made the mistakes on the circles, because otherwise I would have settled for something that wasn't exactly perfect. And now I know this is pretty much exactly perfect. So now it is time to do the other 2 circles. Let's get down to business. I think I'm going to add circle building to my list of talents because I seem to be an absolute champion in it at the minute. I seem to be getting everything right, well, apart from, of course, the previous episode, but that wasn't even an issue with the circles. That was just an issue with the placement of the circles. The circles were brilliant. They were just in the wrong locations and a little bit too big, which I've mentioned many times. Today's episode of Hermitcraft has been very repetitive so far. That's sort of what comes with doing 4 exactly identical projects. But anyway, 1 more to go, so let's get building. I knew it was all going way too well. I knew it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. That one's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all fine. No, I know what this is going to be. It's going to be something up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. No! No! It's all the way up here. So we made a mistake all the way up at the top here. Which means that yes, of course, I've got to take out this entire side of the circle. I knew I spoke too soon when I said that my newfound skill was circle building. I can't believe I've just done that. I jinxed it. Oh, that's so frustrating. 2 3s. We need another 5. 3, 4, 5. And then that should be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks till the middle. Yes, all of the circles are completed. Yes, finally. All right. Okay, so after building all of them, taking them all down, building them slightly smaller, we're done. And it is looking awesome. That looks amazing. This base is crazy. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Right, okay. Next step in the proceedings is we need to do the staircases up to each one of these. So we're going to have another set of these sorts of staircases. Or do I want to do the hardened clay first? Or do I want to do the sandstone and the birchwood first? I just don't know. There's so many things that we need to do in so little time. I'm going to get my thoughts together and get my resources together. And then I will decide then. But first, boom. I've got a quadrocopter as a base. Yes, you guys have been asking, are you going to make your base look like a drone? Apparently, subconsciously, I've decided to do just that. Drone base, the mumbo jump drone. You know what? That could stick. I seem to be in the habit of building things wrong today because I've built my staircase in the complete wrong location. Well, I say complete wrong location. It needs to be 1 block further back, which is just really quite frustrating, really. My apologies for the rain, but as you can see, my staircase is now in. This is what it looks like. It looks really cool, doesn't it? It looks awesome. It is definitely looking like a drone, though. I knew I was going to end up building something like that, but it does look good, and it looks really, really awesome from this sort of angle here. You just get the really nice staircases going upwards, so that is wicked. We're getting some really nice levels in this base right here, so that's really cool. I really like the design. I think it fits in nicely with the base, and it definitely brings some colour to the whole occasion, which is a really brilliant thing. So I guess now I've got to do the other 3 staircases, and I think I'm going to do them all at once because they don't take too long to build, and this episode is already quite repetitive. So let's get on with it. Oh, well, that really hasn't helped my situation right here. I need to get this Hermitcraft episode done because right now, you know, at the start of the episode, I can't remember how many subscribers we were on, but we're now on 991,000 subscribers. This is the biggest day I've ever had on YouTube. I don't know what's happening, and I need to start getting my 1,000,000 subscriber stuff done. Oh my god. Progress update time. As you can see right here, all of the staircases are in, connecting our warmo up to the hottos. Now, I should probably explain what I'm talking about there, because while I was building these, I was doing a little bit of thinking, which I know is always worrying, but I can promise you it was good thinking, because in the center here, we've got our coldo. Okay, it's got ice. It's blue. It's like really nice and chilly. So this is the coldo. Then we're going to have the warmo, which is this one right here. This is the warm outer O. And then on the outside, the satellite O's are going to be the hot O's, because those are going to use redstone clay on the center. So they're going to be a very similar design to what we have going on here, except they're not going to have like the walkway. It's just going to be birch, it's going to be hardened clay, it's going to be sandstone on top of the hardened clay, and sandstone on top of the birchwood there, with birchwood on top. That's essentially how that one's going to work, I think. I don't actually know, or could I? I've got a different idea. Yeah, I've got a slightly different... Okay, you know what? I'm going to come up with a design once I start building it, because I can't really think of it in my head, but that's essentially how these things are going to be going, so I guess I should just crack on and start constructing them. But first off, I've actually got to get myself some hardened clay. For once, I actually found the perfect layer to get the resources. Yes, I've actually got a double red hardened clay layer. No, do not change. What? Wow, hello. Okay, I'm very, very close to that. I should probably be extra careful. I don't want to wipe out any redstone or slime block contraptions. I believe that it's Impulse SV's base. So yeah, we'll try and stay away from that place. Hey guys, this is me recording with a nosebleed. I'm very nasally, but I just thought I'd give you that heads up that for some reason I've got a nosebleed right now, and I just thought I'd troop on through and keep mining while I sit here with the tissue bunged up my nose. So yeah, this is the thing that's happening. I hope it's nothing serious. Let's continue. So all of the redstone clay has now been gathered, and I'm now just sort of walking around placing in all of the blocks. Now you may notice that I'm actually doing a non-thick circle. So this is a thick circle here. This is going to be a non-thick one, because on top of this we're going to have our birchwood slabs. We're going to have sandstone on top of these with another set of birchwood slabs on top of that sandstone. So that's basically how the design is going to be going, and I thought it would be a tiny bit chunky if we had it as a thick circle. Basically, that was basically my thought process. I don't know if that's the correct thought process. Might end up looking really quite ugly, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So guys, I have unfortunately just run out of sandstone, which I know is amazing considering I seem to always be mining that stuff. But this is what the outer ring looks like, and I think it looks epic. Doesn't it look crazy? Like, this base just looks completely bonkers. And yeah, there is the outer ring, and I'm almost debating not having the birchwood on top of these. I think it looks pretty cool without that birchwood, just as that ring right there. I don't know, maybe we could chuck in the birchwood. Obviously that does make it spawn proof, which is definitely a good thing, but I feel like it might look like too much birchwood. Maybe we could do sandstone slabs on top. That might be an idea. But anyway, I'm just going to keep chucking down the blocks. Of course, we've got to now go out and gather up some sandstone, but I just wanted to give you that heads up to say, I think this looks amazing. Okay guys, so 2 of the rings are now completed. This one here is done, and that one over there is done as well. I popped into the desert, used the old Instamine technique with the pickaxe, gathered up loads and loads of sandstone, so now we have all of the resources to build these things. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with them. They look awesome from this angle. I'm not actually going to look at them from the second account until all of them are finished. I want to get that like in a complete reaction, essentially. But very, very happy. The base is coming together beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. And once again, I just want to say I am so, so glad that we didn't build this using the original circles that we had. They had, what, a radius of something like 55 blocks? Something absolutely massive like that. They looked a little bit silly. So this is much, much better, and I'm absolutely chuffed. But anyway, I've got some blocks to chuck down. We've got that circle over there, and that circle over there left to do. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Guys, I genuinely think we're going to hit 1 million subscribers today. At the time of recording, which is Thursday the 7th of April, I am gaining 1,000 subscribers an hour. I'm also using Logfellas. Yeah, I'm totally doing that. I didn't really feel like going out and getting the wood. So just look away. Look away from what I'm doing here. Down with them. Down with them. I'm scared. I don't know if I want to hit 1 million subscribers because there's a high chance that they're going to get removed. And I can't be bothered to explain why. But I think this is a YouTube glitch. It's happened before. And it's just going to hurt me if that happens. I'm actually going to be hurt. Really ruined my 1 million subscriber experience this has. Okay, we are on the home stretch now. Oh, here we go. Right, the final birchwood is going in. Oh, please stop. Whew, I thought I'd run out of birchwood slabs. I was about to flip biscuits because we're almost here. We're almost there. We have just 1/4 of the circle left to go, and that will be everything completed and the entire sort of exterior area of my base all done and dusted. And I can tell you that I really like it. I think it's a really cool design. It's a little bit different from what I usually do. Boop. There we go. That is it. Awesome. So yeah, as I was saying, it's a little bit different from what I normally do. It involves hardened clay, something that I don't use particularly often, and it uses circles, which obviously I've never used ever in any of my bases ever before. I mean, circles, they're like completely new to me. I've never used them in Hermitcraft Series 2, never used the circle there. Hermitcraft Series 3, definitely no circles. So this is completely brand spanking new, and now we get to look at it from the second account. So I'm going to hop on there, and we'll take a gander. Okay, so this is where it was paused. That looks mega. I don't know what's going on, but that looks... Wow. I've got a big base. That's a huge base. Oh my god, that's bonkers. Where's my guy? There he is. There's a Mumbo for scale. a mumbo jumbo for scale, and that is my base there. The mob spawner looks tiny. It's actually dwarfed in comparison to the rest of the base. Let's take a look at it from down here. Oh, that looks bonkers. What an insane base! And it looks like a drone, which is probably why I like it so much. Seriously though, this looks crazy. I'm dead chuffed. I'm beyond chuffed. I think that looks amazing. I actually think this is probably one of my favourite base designs I think I've created. It's such a cool looking thing. It looks like something out of Independence Day. I would be afraid if that just popped up in the sky. The hermits should be shaking in their little boots. They should be shaking in their boots because this thing is crazy. Wow, okay, so there we go. That is the Mumbo Jumbo Airborne Base. I still don't really know what I want to call this thing. The Mumbo Jumbo O is a really cool name, but it's a little bit difficult to say. So the Mumbo Jumbo Airborne Base is probably the one that I'm going to stick with for the minute until I see something better. But as you can see, I think the sun is going to come up at some point, or I might go to sleep on the other account. I quickly want to see this during the day, but other than that, so happy. So I'm now sleeping. Little Mumbo's in bed. Hopefully it comes through into the day nice and quick. And then we can see this thing in full daylight. Here it goes. Wow. I am taking a screenshot of that because that looks completely bonkers. And I might get it from above as well because that also looks pretty mad. Oh my word. What a cool looking base. I've got an epic base. I'm so happy with it. I mean, sure, it might not be as pretty as someone like False Symmetries or as fancy as this quartz base down here or as automated as Impulse SVs because Impulse SVs is just completely crazy. But it's huge. And, you know, big is better. Bigger is definitely better. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the base at the minute. Of course, we are going to be working on this over the next few months. So this isn't like I'm not going to leave it be. We're going to do some stuff up top, up around here, and also some stuff down on the floor as well. So you have all of that to look forward to. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I've got time for today. Apparently, I've now got a 1 million subscriber special to make. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. If you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.